it's me, Will Henry, and this is Coaching for Cooking. And today, I'm going to teach you about sauteing, and I'm going to show you something. In the industry, we talk about layering flavors. So, in order to do this, what I've done is I've taken a couple of vegetables, and it's all vegetables, believe it or not, that we've already made videos of. So, there's a little bit of garlic, there's zucchini, there's onion, and there's bell pepper. It's going to be real simple. The only thing is that I'm going to show you how to do it. And remember that these pans are hot, and you got to be really careful at times. You don't want to burn anybody. You need to be safe. So, in the pan that I have, I use carbon steel. Carbon steel conducts heat really fast. It's not really good for cream sauces, so steer away from doing anything cream based in one of these pans. Just steer away from it altogether. Also, I cook with coconut oil. I like coconut oil. It's generally kind of it's almost a solid at room temperature, more like 70 degrees, or actually even 60 degrees. And then as it's cool, it's hard, and then it's warm, obviously. I've got a little blend of seasoning, and it's in this little thing, and it's salt, pepper, a little bit of chili powder, and a dash of cumin. It's not a whole lot of either. We're looking at probably a teaspoon or two, or teaspoon and a half of salt and pepper, and maybe a half a teaspoon of chili powder, and maybe even a quarter teaspoon of cumin. These are spices that I enjoy, and that's why we're going to cook with them. I enjoy Latin food, so I tend to cook with a little bit more Latin flair at times, even though, So, let's get a little view of what's going on here. Alright, so you'll notice that my pan right here is getting kind of warm. Let's see if we can see that. Notice it glistens. Carbon steel is kind of like a cast iron in the fact that you want to always have it, let's see, smoke, very good. You want to season it as you cook. Right here I have coconut oil, I have the garlic, the zucchini, the bell peppers, and the onions. And how I'm going to do this is I'm going to add my oil in, alright, I'm going to let it go. And now something I do is I take this, and now this isn't overly hot, but in the event that it were, you would take a towel, like so, you would fold it, and you would grab it. It would be a pot holder, and so what I do is I let it go around a little bit. Alright. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my garlic, and in Asian cuisine you'll notice that they actually season their oils a lot with garlic and chilies, and it's very good. And I usually shake, see that? And it's, almost immediately it's just super aromatic, and it's awesome. If you're not feeling real comfortable with it, it's okay to stir, okay? So don't be afraid to stir. If you're not ready for, to make it skip and whatnot, it's okay. Alright? And notice that when I pull it up, that it actually loses a little bit of heat. And if you look, my garlic has already changed color a little bit, starting to get a nice little brown color. Now I'm going to add my onion to it. And kind of what the onion is doing, and I'm not got a lot of onion in it. Changing it up a little bit, because you don't want it, what I really want to have a lot of flavor in at this juncture is the zucchini. So it's just, onion is really one of those things that it'll accent a lot of other flavors. It's one of our bases in stock. And then I want to add a little pinch of the seasoning mix that I've got, just to give it a little bit of flavor. And then you can smell the cumin almost immediately show out. And I'm really just trying to get these onions to a place where they don't have to really have any color on them. They just need to be, kind of, just get a slightly, loose and tender. Then I'm going to add my bell peppers in. And you can hear it. And then what we're doing here is I want to stir it again a little bit more. Like I said, I generally shake it, and I do that. Now mind you, notice what I'm doing. I'm letting it all come down to the bin, and then I just kind of pop it up. So down and pop. What you can do is you can actually practice with a towel. Fold it up, put it in your pan, and do the same thing, and it works really well. Add a little more of that seasoning blend. And it smells just lovely right now. And one of the reasons I like coconut oil is because it's got such a high temperature on it, smoke point on it, and the smoke point is at the point that the oil will burn. If you're cooking with olive oil is great, but it's also got a lower smoke point than coconut oil, and it's actually got a lower smoke point than canola oil. Canola is your highest monounsaturated fat, which means it's a liquid, and at room temp, and it's easier to digest. It's more easily broken down. So I add my zucchini in there, and I'm just going to saute it up. I'm just going to let it get kind of tender, okay? I'm going to hold off on the seasoning, and what you need to do throughout, no matter what you do, is you need to taste as you go. So take a little bit of this, bring it up to your mouth, and taste it, okay? Good flavors. In an industrial setting, I wouldn't use that spoon again. I'd put it away. However, this is my home, and I'm eating this later anyway, so that's what's going on here. Alright. And that's a little bit of a veg saute. And saute literally translates to quickly jump in minimal oil. And so we basically have sauteed that down. And if you look, it looks pretty nice. It would be a nice little accompaniment to maybe a taco or whatnot. What my plan is to actually put it on a tostada. I'm going to fry up a corn tortilla or two. And then I'll put a little bit of sour cream on it, a little bit of Parmesan cheese, and it'll be good eating. So I'll probably show you how to fry a corn tortilla maybe later, or maybe not. But thank you again, Coaching with Cooking. My name is Will Henry, and I'll see you next time.